Hello, my friends from Knott's Berry Farm. I can't believe I'm actually here and for their Boysenberry Festival. I am super excited to be here. There's a bunch of new roller coasters for me. Particularly excited about Ghost Rider, and there's a bunch of food. I have no idea what a Boysenberry tastes like, so I invite you to come along and join me here at Knott's Berry Farm for the Boysenberry Festival. As soon as I entered the park, I noticed this roll here for, I believe, Silver Bullet. They're B&M inverted here. But the thing that I want most of all is over on the opposite side, and that is Ghost Rider. It's hard to deny that there's a lot of history here. They recently celebrated their 100th year in existence. Now we're going on into Ghost Town. That's cool. You can have your own little Boysenberry gift box. All right. Ooh, minerals. I wonder where you pan for gold. This looks like the type of place you'd do that. This is like a whole little old western town. I hear music off in the distance, maybe some bluegrass. So cool. And I think I found the entrance to Ghost Rider, so I think that's the first thing that we're doing today. I will report back to you in a moment. It seems like the coaster is a little tucked away. I wonder if I should have gotten some shots while I was in the parking lot. Because yeah, if this is all I'm getting, don't expect much B-roll. Just getting done with Ghost Rider. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. One thing that really confused me though is that once I was at the top of the hill and it goes out kind of to the left, I saw, was that Independence Hall, like a replica of it or something? That was very confusing, so I had to look it up, and indeed, there's a replica of Philadelphia's Independence Hall here for some reason. I don't know why, but there it is. The ride experience as a whole, Millennium Flyer seats, didn't expect that. Gave me like hints, vibes of Roar from Six Flags America, but obviously some of these are way more intense elements. The laterals on like 2 or 3 of the turns were pretty intense, and I really dug that. And then some pops of air and a couple of good like drops. I was in the third to last row, so yeah, like the pull that you got from the first drop, and then going into to a couple of other drops were just, it was a pretty good balance of forces that were going on there. I give that coaster a big thumbs up. I'm not sure how to address you. Whittles? Mr. Whittles? Sir Whittles? I'm not sure.
Sir Whittles.
Sir Whittles, I like the sound of that. So you mine boysenberries here.
Yep,
Taking a look here.
Rarest jelly gem. He's been searching for 40 years for it, but he finally found it during
Wow. And see, I was trying to prep here. What was I going to ask you? I was going to ask you for tips for panning for gold, but no, it's all about this right here. The boysenberry, what was that called?
The jelly gem.
The jelly gem. Amazing. Well, that's amazing. I wish you so much luck for the rest of the festival finding more jelly gems.
Thank you so much.
Hope to see you soon. So back there I found Whittles. I just met Whittles. Sir Whittles. Let's go with Sir Whittles. What a fun interaction between the character attendant, the photographer, and Whittles. Did you see all the boysenberry in his beard? That was epic. But also back here is the first stop I'm going to make to have my very first taste of boysenberry. So yeah, I'm excited for that. So I went over to that booth A that was right by the Whittles meet and greet and the Ghost Rider exit. Picked myself up a pie bar as well as the meatballs, which I've heard a lot about. And I think it was a theme park duo that recommended both of these. So I'm going to dig in and I'll report back. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what boysenberry actually tastes like. But I'm going to have a piece of pie because I've heard that the meatballs aren't exactly the most boysenberry, but they're still good. So cheers to the Boysenberry Festival. That is pretty good. That's pretty dang good. It's not too sweet. It's not too tart. It's pretty good. All right. I'm going to dig in a little bit more here. I'm going to try one of these meatballs. Ghost Rider. And that sauce, whatever the sauce is that they put on it, is delicious. All right. Would recommend both of these. I'm going to dig in. Be right back. So while I was walking out of that Ghost Rider area where the booths were and stuff, I noticed that there was a little boysenberry squishmallow, which I have the Orion one, even though I never made it to Kings Island because of the surgery. I do have now a boysenberry squishmallow, which is one of the cutest things I've seen. I mean, I collect those park plushes, usually the mascots. I don't know if there's a Whittles one, maybe a Boysenberry one, but the boysenberry itself feels like a suitable addition to the cruise. There's like so many, I don't know, like, is it called artisanal vendors? Like, there's a lot of people making their own stuff that's boysenberry themed and bringing it here to sell at these booths. That's pretty cool. I'm walking here by the Birdcage Theater. I feel like that is ringing a bell. They have some sort of show here, the Riverboat Revenge. It's like a kid's show. But I believe back in the day, this used to be like one of the first things that was around on this, if I remember right. Like, they have that old style ticket booth in there, and I think that might not be just decoration. I think it's just been there. Anyway, let me know if that's ringing a bell for you guys. As you can probably tell, I'm taking a big old, like, counterclockwise route throughout the park. And it looks like there's a really cool rapids ride. Is this part of it? Or no? No, this looks a little too serene and non-rapidy. But what caught my eye was these waterfalls over here. Wow. How awesome is this? This is just chilling here in this theme park. Wow. I'm impressed. But I do want to get some views of the rapids ride. Since it's pretty hot, the line looks like it was really long, but let's get a view or two of it. While I was walking by that, I realized that I could get some views of the rapids ride right here, including this really nifty bear animatronic. That's awesome. Oh, there goes another. Yeah, this ride looks pretty awesome. I don't want to get my shoes wet while I have a lot of other stuff to do, so I probably won't do this, not at least anytime soon. I think another one's coming. And there they go. Looks like a lot of fun. Gotta be a little careful right now. It's so hot, the camera is starting to overheat because it's like 90 and then it's sitting in the bag or sitting on my, and it's bad news. But now I'm in like the Roaring 20s section. It really flipped real quickly and I can see hang time in the distance there. It's really cool. But Pony Express, St. Perla motor coaster, but it's just in like a little figure eight. The only thing that saved it is that you get to see like a bird's eye view of a couple of things, especially the rapids ride that we just passed. So I don't know, it's all right, it's fun if the wait is low, but not something I'm dying to go on again. All right, silly me just realized the big building I was walking by is actually the show building entrance to Berry Tales, Return to the Fair. Some characters that I believe were very popular in like the 70s, and then they brought them back in some sort of shooting dark ride. I believe I need to go check this out. I don't think I've seen any ride vehicles like this, unless, no, Boo Blasters and that, those were like kind of much smaller. These are like double wides in comparison. So this must actually have a pretty good capacity, doesn't it? And they're off, and it looks like it's two vehicles kind of chained to each other right there. All right, I'm excited to check this out. We'll report back to you guys in a moment. Well, the gun sure is interesting. It has like a pull chain, kind of like Midway Mania, but it's a jam bottle. I like it. So Berry Tales. The little Boysenberry blaster that I was sitting in front of that I showed you in the shot didn't work for anything. So I used the one next to me. And the funny thing was they took a photo of me and said I was last place because it never scored anything. Meanwhile, my elbow, the photo of my elbow, won first place. But yeah, that was an interesting ride. It had a good storyline and everything. There's a pianist here next to me. I don't know exactly where that cut me off, but my first battery has officially died. But there is a little like piano player on a bicycle wandering around, which is pretty fun. But yeah, where did I leave off? It all happened so fast. But I see hang time ahead of me. Soapbox racers, or no, Ghost Rider, Coast, not Ghost Rider, Coast Rider, right? And then unfortunately it appears Accelerator never reopened. I had my fingers crossed because now today on my day of my one and only visit here is Accelerator being down and Montezuma being down, which I was aware of. Accelerator is just kind of like, dig that knife in there. Gonna have to come back. Maybe there's a flywheel, maybe there's not. But yeah, I'm excited to at least knock these two out and continue on because we still got Jaguar and Silver Bullet somewhere up ahead. Well, Coast Rider behind me is about what you'd expect from, I don't know, another Mack Wild Mouse, but this one has a very different layout than, say, Goofy's Sky School. The shin bar that's on this one, really uncomfortable. But still a fun ride. You do get, some pretty good laterals going around. Each of these banks here, or not even banks, it just turns. They're just regular plain old turns. Otherwise, I'm not in any rush to go back on that again, but I'm very excited if I turn here real quick. Behind me, not only does it have a really cool track color and layout, but it's something that I see a lot on Instagram, so if it's posted a lot, it must be pretty good, right? I don't know. Let me put it to the test right now. I can't recall if I've been on a Gerstlauer like this, but hang time, it was decent. It was a little rattly in parts, but I don't know, the first drop was a lot of fun. Inversions were quick though. I'm not sure. I don't know if I'd wait too long for this one again. I don't know, so far Ghost Rider's very much been my favorite. And I don't know, I was expecting a little bit more out of hang time, I guess. But either way, still a fun little one and done, I think. I'm really curious to see what's up ahead. You know, Jaguar, Sidewinder, Sierra Sidewinder, and Silver Bullet. And of course, without Accelerator and Montezuma, I guess I'll have to be back. Oh, boo-hoo. I don't know if you can hear what's going on over the speakers, but that's Knott radio. I didn't realize it was live performers and they were doing like a radio show or something. I'll put some of it at the end of the vlog here. Just passing Accelerator here, sadly. And I'm starting to slow way down because of this heat. So I don't know. I'm going to try to get... I see more coasters that way. Maybe. There's a drop tower here, though. That looks awesome. But yeah, I'm not sure which way to go. I think I'll finish this way, then do like the middle, and then make my way out. And I may not get to the like Calico mine ride and the train and all that stuff this time, unfortunately, just due to the heat. But fingers crossed I can come back this fall for the Scary Farm and knock out some of the stuff that I might have missed. So I believe now I find myself in Fiesta Village or something like that. There's a bunch of flat rides here though that are a lot of fun. See some swings, that Buccaneer ride, some hat teacups essentially, which are really fun. I love when they theme them like that. I just put my back to this fountain and it's bringing a nice little breeze here, but I'm not sure which coaster this is. This isn't one of the Camp Snoopy ones, is it? I know there's at least one kiddie coaster I cannot get on, which I'm not above going on kiddie coasters, but this one, is this Jaguar? I have no idea. Let's go walk around and find an entrance. All right, if anybody else was looking for the entrance, it's actually right here in the middle of this pyramid. Okay, let's do this. No posted wait time. Maybe it's a walk-on. Fingers crossed. Yeah, that clip right there took a while. They're only operating one train. It's just like a Zero, almost like junior coaster type thing. It's cool the way it goes around the pyramid and stuff, but holy smokes, not worth the wait. That was almost an hour for that one. Ugh. And right next to Jaguar is Montezuma. Man, that one is... I feel like I haven't been on it, but it is considered kind of a classic. It's from, I think, the 70s. With one of those old school flywheels to power it. There's the other spike. I wonder what is going to change. It says it's going to reopen around summer 2023, and they haven't really given any indication as to how, I don't know, extreme, how all-encompassing these renovations are going to be. Are they just going to change out the power? Or is it going to be in for more of a rehaul? I can't imagine what else they would put in this footprint, though. Anyway, I shall be back for you, Montezuma. I shall be back. So I'm walking through the Camp Snoopy area, and I needed to show you guys. I've never seen such a queue for the little trucking ride. Look at this. You enter there, you go here, you go there, you go down and around, and then come all the way up to the entrance. Wow. I'm in the wrong business. I should just have a bunch of these little trucking rides, maybe 2 or 3. Just open them up, collect the money. There is the Timberline Twister down there, which is like, you know, super kiddie coaster. Does not allow adults unless you are with a kid. I am not borrowing one. I'm not down with that. Let's go find the Sierra Sidewinder. So this is probably the nicest Camp Snoopy I've ever been in. I haven't seen one with a lodge like this. And also, if I turn around real quick, the Cave Inn, a fun little quick service inside a cave. Big old plaster cave. Wow. Okay, so this... Is this the Sierra Sidewinder? I believe so. Okay, I haven't seen it go by yet though, and that makes me nervous. Just got done with the Sierra Sidewinder, and I think I was expecting a little bit more from a Max spinner. I've been on a couple of those. I don't know what to make of it. That's Jaguar, by the way. It didn't spin once. I assuming that's like a setting that the park can modify, but to be on a spinning coaster and not have spun once, except for when we entered the station and kind of swayed a little. Yeah, we didn't spin at least once. One thing. I think I'm coming up to a Dippin' Dots station, and I think there's Boysenberry Dippin' Dots now. I'm also coming up on Silver Bullet, so I think I'm going to do the last coaster that's available and open at the park, then come back and get some Boysenberry Dippin' Dots. What a pair. From the queue, I can see the stagecoach rides that they do here. That is the type of Knott's Day I want to have next time. Instead of trying to hit up every coaster, I want to hit up all of the like mine rides and dark rides and all that stuff. The shows and this stagecoach ride, which looks like a lot of fun. So unfortunately, I feel like most of the coasters here are kind of like really quick little things, which maybe fits here because they are dealing with some land restraints, some, space restraints. But they have a pretty solid top three, in my opinion, with Ghost Rider, Silver Bullet here, which I thought was amazing. Although that very tight helix at the end, I was feeling on the cusp of graying out there. And then I guess we'd have to give third place to Hang Time for lack of accelerator being open. I'm not sure if Montezuma, how does that rank normally in terms of the top coasters in this park? Everything else felt a little kind of like one and done, kind of kiddie family-esque, so I don't know, there weren't that many high thrills to be expected. But otherwise, this park is lovely, well taken care of. I haven't had any complaints really about this. I know a lot of people were telling me the lines would be bad for food and stuff like that. So far that hasn't been the case. I haven't had any bad experience with the workers here when I've gone up to get drinks or the festival food. So I don't know. So all in all, if it weren't for the heat, I'd probably be having a better time, but it's still been a pretty solid day here that unfortunately I think I'm going to have to cut short. There is one other thing, and it's a drink, so I can hydrate a little bit, so I'll include that, but I'm going to dig into my Dippin' Dots here, my Boysenberry Dippin' Dots, and I'll follow up in a sec. Here we are with the Boysenberry Dippin' Dots. They are delicious. Just want to give you a little look at them before we wrap up this little video. Alright, sorry we're backlit right now and it looks quite awful, but the last thing I wanted to get was actually over here by the Rapids ride, and that is this Deconstructed Lemonade, because they say it's deconstructed because it consists of the three different berries that the Boysenberry was those are the three that it was hybridized from. So I think that Boysen was the namesake of Boysenberry. It was named after the gentleman who crossed them, the raspberry, blackberry, and elderberry, or was it something else? I'm forgetting the other one. But anyway, cheers. This is delicious. I had double check to see what the three berries were that crossed into the Boysenberry. Loganberry is the third one, so it's blackberry, red raspberry, and Loganberry. So those three are the ones that were combined by someone with the last name Boysen. I forgot his name already, but Knott, whose namesake is all of this, decided to name that berry after him after being able to take like a little bit of it and grow it at the berry farm. And that was a very long time ago, and here we are. In fact, I think they might even have some stuff like that. There was a book that I am thinking about picking up on the way out. But yeah, there's a whole lot of history here that I barely touched upon, and I would highly recommend looking up out there. I only did like the Wikipedia article. There's so much to cover. But anyway, guys, this was kind of my little like low-key, like mostly coasters, some Boysenberry type of day. Tried to do my best despite the temperatures, but I think I'm calling it. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and I hope you go make your own adventure. Bye.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm late for my pedicure.
Will State Trooper Rupert and Agnes rekindle their torrid love? Will Eddie wake up from his coma? Will Dr. Mangle make it to his pedicure appointment at Tips and Toes Nail Salon on time? Well, you better tune in next time to find out as the cobbler crumbles.
This
This portion of the show is brought to you in part by Merle's Coasters Cafe, serving breakfast.